Welcome to another episode of Geekoutdoors.com. And I'm gonna try to do my best to try to keep the noise down, but it's kind of windy, and so I'm gonna try to talk real loud. But on this episode, I actually wanted to talk about the $5 computer. So Raspberry Pi just announced their $5 Raspberry Pi Zero. Now, if you're not familiar with what the Raspberry Pi is, it's basically a computer on a little circuit board. So it's on a PCB board. It's a printed circuit board, and so it looks a lot like basically like a memory stick. It's got a system on a chip on there. It's a fully functional computer, but it's not made for the masses. And so let me talk about a few things here. First and foremost, let's go over the specs. It's got a 1 gigahertz Broadcom processor. It has a 512 megabytes of RAM. It does have a micro SD card slot. It has what was it? Oh, it has a 40-pin GPIO connector, which means that's a programmable connector, and so you could actually program it the way you want. I think it even has a programmable VGA composite connector, and it also has a mini HDMI slot that could output a 1080p. So pretty powerful stuff, and it does run on Raspbian, which is their Debian-based Linux operating system. And if you're not familiar with Debian, Debian is actually the Linux operating system that runs most of the Linux software that you use today, at least for the consumer ones. Like Ubuntu and Linux Mint, they all are Debian based. And so who is this really for? To me, it's really not for newbies. I mean, because it's a printed circuit board, so it's really meant for like hardcore geeks and enthusiasts. So you're not going to be buying this $5 board to be playing games on or even running a browser. Although you can, it's going to take quite a bit of work. It's not a super powerful computer. But for $5, that's unbelievable. I had some other episodes, and I'll leave the link below, where I talk about the amazing technologies that you could get, first at $15 smartphones, and then $10 smartphones, and now we have the $5 computer. And I also, in the previous episode, I talked about the the Chromebit as well, which was $35. Now Raspberry Pi also has more powerful models. They have a Raspberry Pi 2, which is around the same price, and there's also Arduino boards as well. And so if you're the type who really loves to getting into the software and the hardware, and you enjoy programming, or you want to learn a lot about technology, definitely pick up a Raspberry Pi. It will be hard to get. This company is UK based, and I'm going to try to get one if I can. I would love to get one and kind of like tweak around with it, especially since it's Linux based. And so definitely want to check it out. So I'm going to leave the link below to the website. So if you have a Raspberry Pi board or an Arduino board, please leave your ideas and comments below. And if you like these videos, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you outdoors on another episode.